Hey everybody, this is the Sliders Review, and since it's Women's History Month, I'm here today to talk to you about Power Rangers Zeo episode Every Dog Has His Day. So this is a really cool episode. It's a cat-centered episode. I've already did solo episodes of Trini, Kimberly, Aisha, and Tanya, so this time I'm going to do Cat. And Cat was the second Mighty Morphin Pink Ranger who took over for Kimberly and then later became the Pink Zeo and then Pink Turbo Ranger. And everybody just loves themselves some Cat, whether it's the character or the actress, who are both named the same thing. Just one with a C and one with a K. And, she's just, I don't know, like just this like really like, happy-go-lucky type person and stuff like that. She's really caring. She's really sweet. She has that soft-spoken voice and everything. And she seems so motherly, even like the actress and stuff. And, there's so many solo Cat episodes I could have picked from, like her debut of being like an evil cat type person and trying to take over like, Kimberly powers and trying to steal Tommy and stuff. And there are other episodes that are like solo episodes and, from Mighty Morphin, but, I haven't talked much about Zeo and stuff. And so, like, this is actually my favorite Cat Zeo episode for a couple of reasons. One, I really like the action. I really like the Sentai footage. I like the Zord battle. There's a dog in this episode. Like, who doesn't love a dog? And plus, Cat's outfit looks cute in this episode. She's wearing a black sweater, a pink jean skirt, and black stockings to go with it. It's just so cute, like the black on pink. And I think this is the only time she's ever worn this outfit on this show. And it's just like so cute. And her hair looks cute, so why not? And stuff. And so, like, I've always been a fan of Cat. Like, I don't know, because, like, who do I like more when it comes to, like, the Mighty Morphin Pink Ranger? Do I like Kimberly more or do I like Cat? Honestly, I didn't really like I do like Cat as Mighty Morphin, just not as that much. I'm more of a Kimberly fan when it comes to Mighty Morphin Pink and stuff. Because it kind of does always suck when somebody comes in and has to take over a role. But when she was in Zeo, she finally got to be like, her own ranger. She didn't have to live up to Kimberly's expectations, and that was great. Very similar to Rocky when he became the Blue Ranger and Adam when he became the Green Ranger in Zeo. And of course, Tanya was just brand new when she came in at the end of Alien Rangers and stuff. And so, like, it's cool for her to be Zeo. Like, Turbo's not really so much her. She was like the first Turbo Pink Ranger, but then, the cast got fired and the new cast came in and they had to take over. And it's just kind of like, Zeo for me was always like, her Zeo Pink was always hers. It was her thing. Zeo's part of, like, even though that's not the first show she was in, it's more like her stable of the show. You know what I'm saying? Just like a few of the others and stuff. And, like, when it comes to Cat, like, it's interesting because she always wants to make people happy. Especially remember like when Tommy got dumped by Kimberly and she was kind of like butting in, trying to like date him and stuff. And she tried to like, fix that fancy dinner for him or lunch date or wherever they had out in the park and stuff. And that one time he had another love interest on that ski episode and she was there. And of course now, many years later they got married, had kids and grandkids and stuff. And I still don't know if they were really married in Dangers and Dimensions. I don't know. I just don't want them being married for some reason. Like, I don't know. It's just weird. Like, I don't know. Because it's kind of like I always felt like it was really always him and Kimberly. But of course, they had to write that whole she cheated on him thing just because the actress left the show. And Kat need to find her own man. And stuff. Maybe Doggy Kruger. Because, cat, dog. But she's not really a cat no more. And he has a wife. So, yeah. And so it's cool get to see her come back and Dimensions in Danger, even though she didn't do absolutely nothing in that. But hopefully now she will do more in Once and Always. And I just saw the brand new trailer and it looks amazing. We get to see Robo Rita. Everybody's voice is changing, man. The actress who does Rita voice is changing. Somebody else's voice is changed. I noticed when I heard it. I forget who it was, but like they actually finally used the D word in the Power Rangers. They used the word dead. I'm like, oh my god, they didn't say destroy and everything, and they killed Trini. I am. This is gonna be one of the weirdest things I've ever said, but I am so happy they killed that character off because it would be weird knowing that the actress is dead in real life and then her character constantly keeps coming back for a reunion special, not to take her helmet off and stuff, and it don't sound like her. It's best just to let the character rest in peace, you know. And so, like, instead of trying to continue it on, and I was surprised they said the word dead. So anyway, in this episode, I guess Kat's been working with some type of like animal group and they have a dog, and so now she's like donating a dog named Smokey to the police department. And of course Bulk and Skull are like junior police officers in training, and Officer Stone or Captain Stone or Commander Stone, whatever his name is like, you know, ahead of them, and you know, he deputized like the dog and gives him a pretty good ranking and stuff like that. And he has Bulk and Skull wash the dog and literally get a dog a bath. And so this is where we get the comedic cringiness. I was done with the comedic crap by Zeo, man. Like, it was getting to the point where I was just kind of like, you gotta move away from like the comedic stuff, man, because Turbo, boy, when they got into the comedy, boy, it was like a sitcom for that. But anyways, and so what I mean is like, okay, it's bad when Skull has to be the smart one out of the group of Bulk and Skull. They're giving the dog a bath, and Bulk gets some soap suds, and he just puts it on Skull's head and rubs it in there. And Skull's literally like, what are you doing? And he's all like, we have to be clean before we can clean the dog. That makes absolutely no sense. And the fact that Skull has to, like, you know, be the smart one and talk down to him is like, it's embarrassing. So of course the dog gets away and they get in trouble. And so when the dog like gets loose, Kat's like upset and she goes looking for him and stuff. Well, the Machine Empire is doing what they do best, just causing havoc. And they're trying to make the lava flow near like a cave in Angel Grove. I really like the Sentai footage for that. It looks amazing, especially the lava. But I'll tell you, back then when they used to get the Sentai footage, boy, they did some good work over in Japan. This is one of the things that's kind of missing now. If they don't want to take the Sentai footage, that's fine, but create your better own footage. And that's one of the problems I'm having with modern day Power Rangers. It's too clean, it's too neat, it's too safe looking and stuff. One of the cool things about Once and Always is the new scenery and everything. That looks very lush, it looks very different, and the newer Power Rangers series need to take note of that. And so like, there's a couple of cogs, and so, you know, she morphs and she fights them and stuff. I love the Zeonizers. So she fights them, but then I think she ends up probably getting her butt whooped, probably, I can't really remember. And so when she gets her butt whooped, she demorphs. Yeah, she does get her butt whooped because she gets blasted hard, and she demorphs by the blast. And so like she hurts her ankle, so her ankle is completely out by that time. And since the fact that she's wearing stockings just make her ankles look cute. And so like when she finds, like, you know, the dog and everything, she puts her communicator on the dog so he can go get help. Why? Because her communicator is not working and stuff. And of course, their morphers don't have a communication system to them. This would happen in other Power Rangers seasons. And so, like, of course, Smokey goes back and they find him. Billy's in this episode, and Billy heads back to the command center to call Adam and Tanya, while that of Rocky and that of Tommy, they morph and they head out. Oh, I forgot to mention their Zeo jet cycles and stuff. That's how the episode started. They're just riding on their jet cycles. And what's so weird is that they act like they rode motorcycles for the first time, which they have not. They had shark cycles in Mighty Morphin. And so, like, of course, this is just part of the Sentai and stuff like that. And this is the problem I had with Zeo, is that a lot of these Rangers who crossed over from Mighty Morphin to Zeo, it was almost like sometimes their personality was a downgrade only because they had to go with tie into the Sentai footage and stuff. This happens with Rocky and happens with Tommy in one special episode each and stuff. And so it was just kind of weird acting like, woohoo, we're on these like, cycles and stuff like that. But y'all have rode them before. I can understand Tanya's happy, but the other ones should not. And so they head out, they look for her. I think they fight some more cogs and everything. And so, no, not yet. They're looking for her. And so her Zeonizer falls off. And so it's terrible because some bad guys are coming. And, so here comes like, Smokey and everything. And dude, the Japanese dog they put that thing through, I would be scared if that was that dog. The dog was running out through the woods and explosions are going off and stuff near the dog. I was just like, man, that poor little dog must have been terrified. Oh, by the way, rest in peace, everybody that's now dead in here. Jason David Frank, the voice of Zordon. Both Smokies, the American one and the Japanese one. Oh, those dogs are dead. Oh, that's another person voice who had changed in Once and Always. Alpha. I heard that dude's voice. I'm like, what? I'm like, man, either the actor got older and he can't keep the voice up, or they just made him sound more robotic. But anyway, Smokey finds Cat finds her Zeonizer, gives it to her, and we get a third morph in the episode. How lucky are we? So even though her ankle is jacked up, she's still fighting because she's a trooper, man. She gotta protect people and stuff. And so she's fighting on the monster. She's fighting the cogs and everything. She's throwing down some awesome moves and everything. This is what I really loved about Zeo. Their powers were so much enhanced. She's shooting out some kind of like weird phasic ball. She calls on her shield. She's really kicking some butt. But then, of course, they kind of get the upper hand on her a little bit. Here comes the cavalry blasting their way through and everything. And so, like, the team's all here, and then something else happens, and then the monster grows big like they always do. And it's some really cool Zord battle. I will say, and Once and Always, seeing the Zords and CGI looks terrible. I don't like that. I like practical like this. I like the Zord assembly. It's great. And we get to see Cat take front and center in the Megazord using her headpiece. But the blast isn't strong enough, and Tommy has to come in and use his helmet and then, take the monster out. And so, it's back in Angel Grove, and then the Rangers find out that once the monster was destroyed, because they had to type the whole lava storyline. Well, apparently when he was destroyed, all the stuff that he caused just went back to normal. A cheap way to clean it up, but hey, whatever. And, we get some more shenanigans with bulk and skull and Captain Stone about them stealing his lunch and everything. And it was just a fun, cute little episode with a really cool dog, man. Cat get to look cute in her outfit, and we get a couple of morphs. And I just really like this episode for the fact that she was so worried about a dog, man. Like, she could just let that dog run off and everything, but she didn't. It's the little things that matter. It's like protecting not just one person, but everybody, whether they're human or canine, And that's the type of person she is. She's just that sweet, loving type person. Happy Women's History Month, everybody. All right, I'll talk to you later. Bye.